With a special episode.
Yes.
A very special episode.
Very
This
special.
is a tribute to
Our Aunt Angie.
our Aunt Angie. Yes. Sadly, she passed away a little over a month ago. We just celebrated her homegoing yesterday. Sent her off in a way she would have loved.
Yes.
Lots of dancing, drinking, and just enjoying being around family and friends. It was great.
Yes.
And and the reason why this is a special episode, because many years ago, hanging out with my Aunt Angie, who was the best, she mentioned this movie that she loved, that she saw a long time ago. And
Bitter Rice.
Bitter Rice. It's an Italian film. She would go on and she's like, I
With
just
subtitles.
love that movie with subtitles, absolutely, from 1949. And so one time I found it and I downloaded it for her, and I might have stuck it on DVD because, it was hard to find back then. And I forget if she ever watched it or anything. I never took the chance to watch it, but, building up with her, us sending her, celebrating her life this week, we decided to sit down and watch Bitter Rice.
Yeah, good choice.
Good choice. And So what did you think of one of Aunt Angie's favorite film, Bitter Rice, also called Riso Amaro? Riso Amaro in Italian. Excuse my Italian pronunciations.
I actually thought it was pretty good. I'm not used to watching Italian movies.
No.
In fact, I would say that this was my first Italian movie.
Okay.
I don't think you would count The Godfather as an Italian movie.
Yeah, it's probably an American movie about Italians.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway.
What? But
the other thing
Good, Bad,
is-
and the Ugly? Any of the Clint Eastwood spaghetti
Yeah.
westerns? Or
Yeah,
I don't know. He did Italian westerns.
Yeah, but he didn't have subtitles.
No, he did not. Anyway, so.
But I did like it, although it taught me something.
What?
Italians grow rice.
Italians grow rice. Yeah, I never thought. I
just
of that.
thought they grew meatballs.
Well, they do have, what is that dish? It's very difficult to make. It's very tricky to make if you don't do it right.
A poo-poo platter.
No,
No.
gosh. It's an Italian rice dish, and goddamn, I can't think of it right now.
Rice-a-roni.
No, not rice-a-roni.
That's
That's
Italian.
San Francisco treat. That's a San Francisco treat. Not Italian.
Oh, but it's imported.
Is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to Bitter Rice. It's a Italian neorealist crime genre, directed and co-written by Guiseppe de Santis and produced by Dino De Laurentiis, who is a very known Hollywood name, especially 60 years ago. Especially during the 70s, he was huge. Dino De Laurentiis. So, and I think this was interesting to watch, coming from my Aunt Angie, and try to guess. I would have never thought a film like this. She would have been something she loved. Although she liked one of the lead actors. She thought he was really good looking. Was another reason she loved this movie. But it has some surreal moments in it that I wasn't expecting. It does have some really kind of nice shots and framing some shots and cinematography that I wasn't expecting. Has lots of rice in it, but there are certain things that are just shot really nicely, and there's some moments that this thing is kind of odd and weird. And
Yes.
maybe I'd imagine a Fellini film that I still haven't gotten around to Fellini films, although Hamilton has highly recommended them to me, but what I heard about this has a little bit of that going, the Italian surrealists of that era. So what else did you think about Bitter Rice?
Well,
You gotta sing for your insults.
yes. And they did have a few cat fights.
They had a few cat fight. Oh yeah, the first, probably the birth of mud wrestling.
Yes, the birth
The
of
mud
mud
wrestling, I think, was from this film. There were certain shots with the women like right next to each other that I thought was kind of like a little homoerotic.
Yeah, very risque.
Well, maybe for that era, there was, which, Aunt Angie. No, that's kind of not surprising to me, but not the women. But anyway,
Yeah,
but
no, she would kick you.
No, but
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, there was a lot. It was really interesting. There was this. It's about this poor women who are led astray by just bad boys.
Oh yeah.
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 One kind of figures out the bad boy and escapes from him, but she goes to.
He said he had the right thing, and then
He was a total con man.
Oh yeah.
And while she figures it out and kind of escapes from him, she meets another woman who falls for him.
Yes.
And unfortunately, and to her not to her benefit. Yes.
But I just thought it was a great movie from the beginning. The antagonists, how they got together, and then they parted. It was a drama.
It was a drama. I mean, it's kind of like it was there. You have this. I think in a way they wanted to pay tribute to these women, the women who go to work in the rice fields. It was grueling work. It was thankless. Women were very, very poor who did this type of work. And they would, it was a certain time of year, they would all like catch trains and go to the rice fields, and they would spend there weeks and weeks, and then get paid and then bring a bag of rice home, to survive, to struggle and survive. And it was a job they considered only women could do because you had to be fast and nimble and
only women were fast and nimble.
Yeah, I guess so. So in a way, the film, it feels almost like a documentary about
the rice
fields and the women who work them, with this story, this crime drama kind of laid over it to kind of like keep you engaged.
But
to keep things
the
like
very
intriguing.
first thing, as I was looking at the visuals of this, the very first thing I picked up on, I said, that's just like I Love Lucy.
Yeah, you did mention that. And I was like, no, that can't be. I get what you're saying, but, I'm sure I Love Lucy just, they're just, they've been to Italy and they've seen the women who work in the, fields or the grapes thing. They were just imitating that. But.
Yeah, but they were dressed alike and they were in black and white.
The thing is, while I would normally just say that's ridiculous, that's just coincidence, upon further research, you started, we did a little bit before starting this video.
Yeah.
I do think that famous episode of Lucy, doing the grape smashing.
And it's called Bitter Grapes.
Yeah, they're doing that famous episode of the Lucy doing the grapes was probably influenced by this film.
Right.
Because, like you said, in the script, what they do in Lucy episode, I guess some director discovers her and wants to cast her in his movie Bitter Grapes.
Yes.
And the director's name was Vittorio.
Vittorio.
And his first name is, which also happens to be the first name of the lead actor in this movie. So I haven't, within the last like 10 or 15 minutes that we did kind of like made these associations. I haven't been able to look further to see if anybody else has like truly like able to confirm that famous episode of I Love Lucy was influenced by this film, or is doing a kind of play off of this film. But I got to look into that now. But if not, we figured it out.
Yep, yes. There you go.
Thanks, Aunt Angie.
You heard it first here.
Heard it first here. So this was interesting. It was a fun movie. It was interesting, and some of it I could see why Aunt Angie liked it. Some of it I was like, wow, I'm It kind of what did I say? it kind of shine new light on Angie as a person.
Right.
And that, this is the kind of film you would like. That's kind of surrealish and odd, and that was crazy. That was interesting.
Yes.
Although I will have to say, this movie has quite the ending.
It does.
It it kind of it's intriguing in the beginning, and then kind of like meanders on for a little bit. Yeah. But when it wraps up, it goes out with a bang. It has quite the...
Yes, it does.
Yes,
and
it has quite the build-up.
You find out the pouring of the drinks.
Pouring one out for somebody. This film may have done it first.
Yes.
In honor of somebody, except they poured rice out on
somebody.
They
poured rice.
Yeah. Yes. It was interesting and fun. So.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on Bitter Rice or just on Angie, Uncle Stanley? I'm glad they're back together again, girly and fella.
Yes, if you do get a chance, look up the movie and just watch
check it out. It is part of the Criterion Collection. Now they have I think a couple of years ago, maybe in 2021, you weren't familiar with Criterion, but they take old movies, they preserve them. Once they consider like great filmmaking, great samples of filmmaking and film.
Is there
as they preserve it, they restore things, and they release them on DVD, high quality DVDs. And so it's probably on the Criterion channel. I rented it off of Amazon Prime, I think, and watched it. And so, it was. Yeah, I'm glad we did. It was It's been a good week to celebrate.
It kind of was good to follow, but it even got better because towards the end, because of how things went.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
that was like
this is.
I was not expecting.
This one is doing this. And this one, wow.
Yeah. Talk about girl fight. At the end, it was like
but also
girls with gun genre was this movie. Do you ever heard of the girls with guns with genre?
No.
That's in Hong Kong cinema.
Okay.
In the 80s, and that's where Michelle Yeoh came out of. They had a lot of films, girls, women as police officers, and doing action films. So anyway, this one, they weren't police officers.
No, but
guns were.
But I like
guns were drawn.
This is who did this. This is who did this.
And something with a meat hook I wasn't expecting.
Oh, that was...
I was not... I did not... Yeah, this movie is full of surprises.
So that's where they got it in Godfather from.
Oh. Could be.
Yeah.
Oh. At least we didn't have any horses' heads.
No.
Thank goodness. Anyway, so that's... Bitter rice.
Although they were in the rice fields giving E. coli to the rice.
Dude. Just the people in the where they stored the rice, and they were just all just walking on it and laying in it and sleeping in it and doing whatever else in that rice. I'm like, I don't know if I want a bag of rice after this. I'm like, y'all keep it.
Yeah, you guys can keep the rice.
We gotta boil this rice when I get home or something. So anyway, that's Bitter Rice. If you've seen it, let us know what you think in the comments. I might tack on a little tribute video to Angie and Stanley after this, our aunt and uncle. May they both rest in heaven. May they both party in heaven, because
there ain't no resting now.
They ain't resting now. They are partying.
Fella, let's go.
Get up. Yeah. I'm gonna miss them so much. I miss them so much.
I wonder if they have Keno in heaven.
They do. In Angie's heaven, they got Keno.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace, Aunt Angie. We love you.
Love you, Aunt Angie.